Oh god. How many monitors do I have? 4.
There's no space in my inventory.
Void Night. You sound cool. Oh, one sec. Amazon pays being dumb. Drop the rat? How dare you? How dare you suggest I drop the rat? Not targets back, hitting a different target with the second projectile deals 39 additional damage. No. Nah, we'll save that, but I'm not really interested. Let's go look over here. We haven't been over here yet. Thanks again to our buddy Krell. Appreciate you watching the channel, buddy, and earning the points needed to do that. Thank you, thank you. Nope. Give me that.
My bags are filled.
Honestly, if I didn't know my pets were going to kill him, I probably would have tried to get him home. But I knew my pets were going to kill him. You can put unwanted skill gems in the Devourer. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, let's head home and bank because we gots to. We gots to. Do, 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 do. Flesh Golem Mutant 69. Nice. We gotta kill this thing. Nope. Nope. Not doing that. Mm-mm. Nope. I was not aware that he could make me come here. Dragon Dog Kaido. Although that is one of the reasons there were a lot more impetuses. Yes. But that is one of the reasons, to be fair. Yes. Amsonite says, Cohh, I love you. The first thing you've said in this channel. That's very forward. I applaud your forwardness. Yes. Fortunately, I do not return the sentiment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Probably should have let you down a little easier. But that is good for you. Okay, let's see. You could probably go ahead and start just selling the T1s, or chomping the T1s. That's cold. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those parasocial streamers that's going to try to leave you on or tell you I love you or you're all my family or anything like that. Not how I roll. That's a little weird, disingenuous, to be honest. So we're just going to nip that right in the bud. Yeah. Nip it right in the bud. Not even joke around about it. Yeah. Who doesn't love chat? I appreciate you, chat. I do. Appreciate the fluff out of you. Ain't no lie there. Mm-mm. Was our relationship a lie? Sorry, dude. Sorry. What do you turn into? Oh, cool. Oh, they break down into gems and stuff. That's pretty chill. You can always say, I love your support. I could. Comes a little bit, comes off a little bit weird. I don't love you, but I love your money. Yeah, thanks for that. I guess you could argue I do love that you watch me. Again, that sounds weird. I don't love you, but I love that you watch me. That's I don't know, man. It doesn't come off. It doesn't roll off the tongue, if you follow me. Yeah. I think I'll stick to my established stuff on that. Where are my bones? There's my bones. There we go. My wallet is so attracted to you. That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Ultra Kane says, "Do you like us at least?" This is the honest, baseline, foundational relationship feelings I have for you guys. If you're a general viewer, I very much appreciate your time. I think that's awesome, and I thoroughly appreciate that you choose to spend some of your life watching this channel. That's great. I don't know you, so that kind of ends there. That being said, if you are somebody who's been in this channel a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years in some cases, I like to think that we absolutely are what I would call internet buddies. We're internet buddies. If you walk up to me at a con and you say, "Hey, it's me, Shacklin," I'd be like, "Oh shit, what's up? How are you? Awesome." Give you a bro fist, you know, buy you a beer if we're out there. Heel Jaldi, there's a guy that I've met in chat. Absolutely. So like if I know you, if I have said hi to you, or we have actually conversed by you typing in chat and me talking to you 40, 50 times, then absolutely, we're definitely more than internet strangers. In fact, funny story, I rented out a bar at one of the first cons I went to and invited out like a bunch of the community members I knew, and it was great. I met like 50 plus you. I literally rented the whole bar out, and it was awesome. Yeah, I just bought everyone drinks, and it was really cool. So yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, the line that I draw is there are, we'll call them creators, although I hate that term. I don't think any, well, I'm just gonna call them streamers. There are streamers that blur this line and say things like, "Man, I love you guys so much," and "Oh, you know, I love you, and you're my family," and all this stuff. And it's kind of like, there's a lot of really lonely people out there where their social outlet is watching these people. So to say stuff like that, you know, what's going to happen when that person's at a con and someone comes up and it's like, you know, "Hey, I watch you so much. I'm so glad to be a part of your family, blah, blah, blah." And the streamer is kind of like, "Haha, yeah, that's weird." I mean, you've basically like, that's going to be like trauma in that person's life. that's like, you're really kind of messing with them. So, yeah, that's one of the things, you know, like early in my career, I did not understand this kind of stuff. And, you know, I really had to sit down and think about it and be like, dude, we gotta set realistic boundaries. Like we have to, like, everything has to be upfront, honest, and open with this kind of stuff. So that's why whenever like I've literally had people profess their love to me, like seriously. And it's weird. It happened a handful of times, but people have written me like multiple pages. And it's kind of like, you have to say something back to them and be like, "Dude, I really appreciate you, but understand, I don't know you. I don't know you." Like, you know, even when it's happened in the long-term stuff, it's kind of like, I don't know you as a person. I can't, like, not only, it's weird. You have to set those boundaries. So, yeah, that's one of the, again, I know it gets kind of weird when somebody's like jokingly, haha, I love you, Cohh. And I'm like, let's talk about this for a second. But just in the off chance that somebody's watching that is in that position, it's like, you know, that's how that kind of stuff is. So you just every so often got to make that clear, in my opinion. When you know, my day streams have 10,000 people watching, and on the off chance one of them is in a position where that might happen, I feel like it's best for everyone involved to kind of lay that out straight. So that being said, I love you so much. Who's a good chat? Okay, no, I'm not. We're done. Anyway. So I can't crash at your place on the way up to Lacona Bike Week? Well, I mean, you know, everyone can ask, but you can always ask, but probably not, no. You suck, Cohh? True. I do. Okay. Remember when Elohim had a kid show up on his doorstep? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Good streaming buddy of mine. Good streaming buddy of mine. And honestly, it's interesting because what happened to Elohim is one of the reasons that that was one of the impetuses to me realizing that stuff had to be said. Really good streaming buddy of mine. Super nice guy. Like, really friendly, really open. He set boundaries, like kind of like I do. There was this kid that was having a really hard time with his family. Like when I say kid, I mean teens. And this kid found out where Elo lived, and he bought a one-way ticket to Elo's house. And he showed up at his doorstep, and Elo has kids. So like a stranger showed up at his house and was like poured his heart and soul out to him, expecting Elo to like stop his life and do something about it. And Elo, like, he has kids, and this guy, yeah, the dude that came over was from Singapore. Like he traveled across an ocean to get to him. And Elo ended up having to like call the cops because, you know, it was crazy, like what was going on and everything. And it turned out like it ended fine. It ended fine. And the kid went back home and it was okay. But it's like, there's a chance that wasn't gonna end fine. You know, there's a chance that could have ended completely differently. So like that's you know, that's real stuff that happens. That's real stuff that happens, unfortunately. Okay, let's start making some of this stuff. Sorry, super segue there this evening. But it's a cozy stream. We can just hang out and talk about what we want, right? Boop. That being said, if you are or know anyone who idolizes a creator in an unhealthy manner, have a talk with them. Have a talk with them, because you don't want to kick yourself later for possibly not helping out a friend before they did something like that to a creator when they could have just talked to you, you know, or their family or something like that. Like, you know, be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Be on the lookout for that kind of stuff in your friend group. I think that online relationships should be considered that way in general. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I totally, almost all of my, not almost all, many of my best relationships in my life have started and continue online. And I think that that's one of the interesting things, is because that's one of the reasons people can make these parasocial relationships, because online relationships are real, man. Online relationships are very real things. And having somebody that just listens and talks to you, even if it's over the internet, is like a foundation for a healthy, long relationship. So it's weird because there's people out there that still fundamentally say and believe that you can't have a real relationship with somebody over the internet. And it's like, really? Like, how could you possibly, like, it just blows my mind that people actually say that. They actually say, well, there's no way you can have a meaningful relationship with people over the internet. Seriously? Like, do you really think that? I don't know. That's always weirded me out. I immediately, whenever I hear somebody say that, I immediately go like, You don't have a lot of friends, do you? Like, you don't have like, like how do you not do anything online and just not talk to anyone? Like that's so weird to me. That's so weird to me. If anything, the people, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they have so many friends IRL that they can't imagine, you know, forming relationships over the internet. So it's funny. Maybe it's the opposite of what I'm saying. But I don't know. I mean, when I grew up in Norath in EverQuest 1, so I mean, I lived my life online and met hundreds of people and had formative discussions with them about life and all sorts of stuff. And I mean, that was hugely influential to the type of person I am today. So yeah, very strange to have people fundamentally believe you can't do that stuff over the internet. I feel like parasocial stuff is more with people who have millions of followers, like on TikTok. Yeah, it can happen to anyone, dude. When the guy flew out from Singapore to see Ello, I mean, Ello was, this was in like the first year of his streaming. He wasn't even big. He wasn't even like huge. It doesn't, honestly, it's interesting. Aerodoz, it doesn't have to be that at all. I mean, there are small streamers who have had this stuff happen to them. Like less than 20,000 followers, less than 100 average viewers that have had this stuff happen to them. So I don't think at all that it has to be that kind of situation. I am literally running around in circles. Okay, where do we make these? I need to make the actual compartment things, or I need to make the stuff for this, or the sludge. That was oh, that was this thing. That's what it was. This thing. Okay. Cool. All right, let's chungus out some of these real quick. Atherisu, small streamers are less prepared for that stuff usually too. Yep. Totally. Do you plan on playing Lords of the Fallen? Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. How is Ello doing? Ello's doing fine. Ello was actually hanging out in the chat. Not, what, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, he's doing great. He's focusing on RL stuff, and him and his family are doing some traveling, and yeah, he's doing all sorts of stuff. JTMC, check out the weekend command. I've been watching Cohh for over 10 years, and if I was ever to see him in real life, I wouldn't say hello, I would leave a beat. Let me make this clear. Let me make this clear. I've said this before, I will say it again. If you ever see me out in the wild, you are absolutely welcome. And in fact, encouraged, especially if it's just me. You can come up and say hi. You can ask if you want a picture. You can get a picture. Like, that is totally fine. Totally fine. I've publicly said, and I'm publicly okay with that kind of stuff happening. It happens every so often, and I'm totally fine with it. Of course, understand the situation is what it is. Come up, say hi, small talk. I'm probably doing something. We'll part ways in a minute or two. Like, you know, that kind of thing. Don't please, which has happened before, don't come up and give me a hug without introducing yourself or saying who you are. That's weird, and I might push you away because that's very strange. So don't do that. But if you come up and you're like, oh, hey, you're Cohh. I watch you on Twitch. Good to see you. Can I get a quick selfie? I'll be like, yeah, sure, absolutely. All right, cool. I'm gonna go get lunch and go get back on. I'll see you then. Okay, bye. Like, that's happened 20, 30 times. That's totally cool. One of my favorite stories is in my new area where I'm located now. I used to get Chipotle all the time, and one of the times I was getting Chipotle, I walked in, and the guy kind of just looked at me for a second. His eyes just kind of lingered on me. I was like, "Hey," he was like, "Hey," and like he helped me out and did all this stuff. I was going on as normal, and then it moved on. There was like one person doing the meats and one person doing the veggies, and then I was like, "Yep, thanks," and moved over to the veggies. And he kept looking over at me while I was on the veggies, doing the veggies with another person. And then as I'm checking out, he tells the person he's working with in line, he's like, hey, can you hold on a second? And he walks over to the register and goes, are you CohhCarnage? And I was like, yeah. I was like, are you that guy that was in Cyberpunk? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, guys, I'm so sorry. Can I get a quick picture with you? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I like ran around the side. We got a quick picture together and stuff. And it was great. And I've seen him multiple times at Chipotle since then. And it's been fine. But yeah, like it's like that stuff is 100% okay. I think I would argue that most people, most streamers, if you catch them in the wild like that, are generally fine with it. As long as you're respectful and, you know, again, if we're out in the wild, we're probably doing something. So just, you know, let it happen. But yeah, that kind of stuff is more than okay. I'm going to TwitchCon in Vegas. If you see me at TwitchCon, happy to say hi. Absolutely. Best thing you can do, first thing you say, hey, Cohh, it's me. This is my Twitch name. And I'll probably go, especially if you're active in chat, oh, hey, what's up? What's going on? Except like that. And we'll go from there. If I'm in a super hurry and may not immediately recognize your Twitch name, I will tell you, and then we can still chat and have fun. But yeah, that's like the best thing you can do is be like, hey, I watch you and here's my name. And then I can immediately be like, cool. Okay. Hey, what's up? And we can kind of go from there. That helps a lot. Warhammer says, streamer tamer here. Always looking for streamers in the wild. Streamer tamer? I've not heard of that profession before. That's interesting. In the forge, oh, we gotta like fill this with sludge. Let's go check this out while the rest of these are going. Do we just like run up and what do we do? Right click these near sludge? Use it near toxic liquid source to fill it. Okay. It's a master ball kind of catch thing. Oh, okay. Okay. I can see it. I can see it. Do. Let's clear that. I think this is the closest pool, which is actually pretty close to home. Could be worse. Okay, cool. Hey, Vanguard of Calamity giving away a Cohh plushie and the winner, Monkston. Congratulations. That is awesome. Congrats. Make sure to click that link and fill out your information there so we can get your prize to you. Thank you, Vanguard. Appreciate that, man. All right, Sakimoto says, can I have a hug? One sec. Do you mean like an e-hug, or are you acting to like meet up somewhere for a hug? Like, I can give you a Cohh hug. Like, yeah. Fortunately, my schedule's a bit packed for the lab. Dude, Mowgli, I've 100% had that happen multiple times. This is my interaction would probably be like, oh, hi, Cohh, I'm one of your lurkers. You won't recognize me, but I watch you. That happens so often. So often. I'd say, honestly, that's probably been like 50-ish% of the encounters. Oh, hey, I see you. You're CohhCarnage, right? That's cool. You would have no idea who I am. I never talk in your channel, but I like what you do. Thanks. Can I have a picture? That's happened so many times. You don't know me, but I'd like a picture. Okay, sure. Let's see. We need this. We need this, and we need a bunch of tech strap. Did you find this run easier? I'm playing with my husband again, and we're flying through bosses. We're only in Act 1, only a couple boss redos. I think this game always got a lot harder later on. So I wouldn't say it's been like super easier. But yeah, it definitely gets a lot more difficult later. At this point in what act am I in? In the later parts of Act 2, I have definitely had a couple bosses that were more difficult. Yeah. We need tech parts. For the Twitch extension, would it be possible to add a disable option for the treadmill cam hider mode? Yeah, I think so. I thought there was. I think, can you not? I'll talk to Barry. We'll talk to Barry about that. Yeah. For some reason I thought you could. Okay. There we go. Making some radium alloy. Uzurgon. I had 3 friends drop me because I started dating someone online and they said it was cringe and wouldn't amount to anything. We've been living together for 3 years and I'm planning a proposal. Well, congrats to you, dude. That's kind of awesome. Good vibes to you, man. Good for you. Also, an anonymous tip. Never met my best friend of 25 years. We met over a poker game on GameSpy back in the day. He also used me as a high clearance job reference at the Secret Service, came to my house knowing we never met. Well, apparently someone values that relationship then, huh? That's awesome. Thank you. Both of you tipped the mod team with those messages. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tipping the mods. Have a look in here. Oh, 6 more. Although I think it looks like... Oh, we got to fill these. Now that we're actually chugging along here. Looks like tech parts are going to be our stop here. What do we need for this? 12. Oh, we only need 12 radium alloy and 1 primal blood essence. So we're getting actually pretty close to that. I think we have that cooking. Is mod tipping like cow tipping? It's essentially the same thing. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, making a primal now. Great. Okay. Unfortunately, I got a jet. I very much appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I hope you had fun. It was a very relaxing, chill, cozy experience. At least it was for me. Hope it was for you. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more something. Maybe Outlast Trials. We're probably going to do DD2 later next week. We've got After Us coming up. We'll probably be checking out. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. It'll be fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for your time. I will see all you fine folks later. Have a great rest of your evening and see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.